Thank you for accessing Chizzle It for Teachers. You do have to have a Notion account in order to use Chizzle It for Teachers, so make sure that you have created one. It's free, and you should have received a link for Chizzle It for Teachers. When you click on that link, it will take you to a page that looks like this, but you do have to duplicate this page into your Notion workspace, so there will be a duplicate button in the top right-hand corner, so make sure you do that. So there's some information about how to use Chizzle It for Teachers, and you are going to see 3 different Chizzle It templates. So you have Chisel Your Students, Chisel Your Administration, and Chizzle It for School Safety. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Chisel Your Students. So this is going to allow you to document all of your interactions, students and parents, as well as any sort of observations that you have of those students. So you're going to create a new class, so you can have as many classes as you want. So I do have an example here of a class that I've created. It's my period 8 class. And then from there, I can just create new students. So you have this button up here to create a new student. So I have an example of a student that I've created, and this just allows me to document all of my interactions and observations with that particular student. So here's just an example. Here's the name of the student. And what I can do is just add a new entry to my student log every time I have a different interaction with that student. So here's an example. So Ricky skipped class. I'm just going to click on this. So I'm just going to put a short description of whatever it is, so it will show up. This is automatically going to time and date stamp when I create that entry into my log. I'm going to add details. You can upload file and media right here, files and media. If you do upload some sort of picture, that will be shown. You can enter the interaction type. So there's a few options here. So observed behavior, communication with the student, communication with the parent, or communication with the school official about that student. And then if there are any other witnesses, and there's also a place for you to comment. Okay, so I did upload a picture, so it does appear right here. For the second entry here, the student was talking during the quiz. I didn't have any sort of supporting documentation or a picture, so just that entry will show up. But if I click on it, just to show you what it looks like, I just wrote that he was talking during the quiz. It's going to time and date stamp it. I put some details. If I wanted to upload a picture, I could, but it's not necessary. So the interaction type was communication with the student, and then witnesses was my entire 8th period class. So every time I want to add a new entry to the student log, I just click on this, and it's going to create a new page for me. Okay. So let's just go back to my 8th period class here. So I can create new students. So that was my log for Ricky Chizzle. Maybe I want to create a new student. I can do that. I can just click on the student. I can put the name of the student, and then I can start adding new entries to that log as I'm documenting the interactions of that student. So let's just go back to our log with our student here. And the nice thing about this is that you can share your documentation. So if you want to share all of the different entries in your log, you can turn this page into a web page, the shareable link. So you would just click on share up here, and then I am just going to go to publish, and then I can click on publish, and that is going to create a link. So if I ever had to share all of my documentation with my admin, I could do that. It does turn it into a web page with a shareable link. The other thing is that I can share individual entries in my log. So maybe I just want to share this entry here that Ricky skipped class. I can click on this, and this entry here with all of this documentation can be turned into its own website. So I can click on share, and then I can click on publish, and this is going to turn this page into its own website so that I can just share this link and send it to whoever I needed to share it with. Okay. All right, so let's just go back to our Chizzle It for Teachers page. back. Okay. So we had Chizzle your students. You also have Chizzle your administration. It's so important that you're documenting all of your interactions with your admin team. So I'm going to click on Chizzle your admin. I can create new admin logs. So if I have an AP and a principal or maybe a superintendent, I can create logs for all of those different admins, different documentation. So here's just an example of a populated log. I am documenting my interactions with my principal. So just like with the student log, if you want to add images, you can. It will show up here. It's not necessary though. So I'm just going to click on this and I just write a quick description. I verbally informed my principal of an upcoming doctor's appointment. It's going to time and date stamp it. I'm going to write the details. The type of interaction, this is an informal meeting, but you have a few options here, whether it's verbal communication, observed behavior, maybe a text, an email, a phone call. It could be your observation. It could be a formal meeting or an informal meeting. And then if you have any witnesses, you can add them here. So once again, you can also share this if you need to. This can be turned into a shareable web link. So in addition to your admin, let's go back to our homepage here. Below that, you have Chizzle It for school safety. So I'm going to click on this. It's so important that you are documenting unsafe activities that are going to affect you or your students. So I just gave an example here. And here's an example of a fire extinguisher around the school that was out of date. So I just put where it was. It was on the 3rd floor in the English wing. Some comments. I reported it to the principal. I can put time in the date that it happened. And this is also going to automatically time and date stamp when I created the entry. I can put the details. And then if I need to upload any supporting documentation, files, media, pictures, I can do that right here. And once again, if I want to share this, I can just turn this into a shareable web link. Okay, so it's so important that if you are a teacher, you are documenting all of your interactions with your students and your admin team, and that you are also documenting any unsafe conditions around your school. So please, please, please use this to document and feel free to share it. Thank you.